What you're about to see is a tribute to our choral director, Mr. Tonkin, during his retirement year. There are those teachers that leave a lasting impression no matter how many years may pass. Mr. Tonkin was that kind of teacher. Consistent, fair, and hardworking, we spent hours reviewing songs in all different languages. Songs were often challenging, but we knew as his students that if Mr. Tonkin put the music in front of us, we would be able to sing it. We always joked about returning during his retirement year to sing Like an Eagle at his last concert, and word spread like wildfire when we knew it was his retirement year. Over 80 alum returned for this final performance as far back as the class of 1984. Mr. Tonkin, thank you for helping us fly like an eagle.
Mr. Tonkin, you are quite honestly the best teacher I have ever had.
Yeah, like even better than my second grade math teacher who taught us fractions with pizza. You're that good.
Hey, Mr. Tonkin, it's Jeff Holland. I'm very happy you liked what we did tonight, and I hope you have a wonderful retirement, and clearly you've touched us all.
Hey, Mr. Tonkin, hey, Tonky Tonk. We're gonna miss your coffee and cookies. It's our favorite part of you. We're gonna miss you. Bye.
Mr. Tonkin, we love you so much, and you've touched all of our lives. I'm not going to be funny, I'm going to be sentimental. But truly, you have truly touched our lives. We love you very much, and wish you all happiness and joy. You're so
are such a great inspiration for all of us. We love you more than life. Music is amazing. You're pretty much the reason for song, and we love you. I already said that. We love you just that much that I had to say it twice. I'll say it again. We love you. And thank you for everything you've done for, gosh, more than I even can imagine, for longer than I've been alive or any of these guys. But,
love you, Tonkin.
You're great, and thank you very much. Hope you have a great retirement.
I'm Ben Levan. I'm here with Mr. Tonkin. We're going to talk about his retirement and a special event, the choir concert on Monday. So, Mr. Tonkin, hi.
Hi, Ben.
How long have you been teaching?
I've been teaching 33 years. I started in 1973. When I got out of college, I had an elementary position in the district at Cole Manor Elementary School, Washington Elementary School, and Penn Square Elementary School. And I taught there for about 12 years, and then the high school position opened up, and I came up to the high school and did the two jobs for a couple years, and then when the choir program grew at the high school, I became full-time up here.
So did you do anything else besides a music teacher before?
Nothing else except the music teacher, right?
Pretty dedicated. All right. What's the most memorable experience you've had at Norristown?
I would think there are actually two. The first one, I can remember writing shows for the elementary students. There are 3 teachers that we would get together and write shows for the students. Also do little programs for some of the special needs kids in the district. And the other one I think would be, we did a combined concert at Eisenhower, combined choirs in the district. And I think it was one of the first years when the choir had robes. And to see the choirs march up to the stage with their new robes and be in the group with all the rest of the choir kids in the district, that was pretty nice to see all that happen.
What made you decide to become a music teacher, or what?
Well, when I was in high school, up until my sophomore year, I was going to be a biology teacher.
That's different.
Yes. And then in my junior year, there's a festival called the District Chorus Festival, which is sponsored by the Pennsylvania Music Teachers Association. And I was selected to go to that festival with 2 other students. And it combines students from like 25 other school districts. And at that festival, it was a 3-day festival, I remember thinking that this is something I could do, and I think that's where I changed my course from biology into music.
So were you in choir when you were in high school and stuff?
I was in choir all 4 years. My last 2 years, I was the accompanist in the choir. That was a pretty big deal back then to be the accompanist. So for 2 years, I did that my junior and senior year.
Did you play any instruments, just the piano?
I was in the marching band, played the bells, but...
All right, so on Monday night at the choir concert,
yes,
we were singing Like an Eagle, which is sung every year. So first, how did that become a tradition to sing that song?
It started in the early 80s when I first came up. I found the song. I think the song was first published in the early 80s. And as soon as I saw the title, Like an Eagle, I knew it would tie into our mascot. And then after looking through the words of the song, which talked about teaching and moving on and having been taught well at the school and using those skills to carry everybody into the future, I thought it was not only a good song for the end of the concert, but also a good song for the seniors. And shortly after the first year we did it, I think I started dedicating it to the seniors so that it would have meaning to them, especially to the kids who have sung for 4 years. They get quite emotional at it at the end of the concert, and it means a lot to them. So hopefully the meaning has touched them in some way.
Well, on Monday night, it was a bit different. It was your farewell concert, I think as Mr. Howell put it. And a lot of alumni came back from, I guess, since you first started teaching, and sang with the choir, Fly Like an Eagle. And that was a pretty big, powerful experience. What were your reactions when did you know that was going to happen?
I didn't know it was going to happen. One of the students said that day that he thought a couple alumni might come back. So I thought, well, there probably would be a couple, you know, a dozen or so kids that would come back from the last year or whatever, because they had just recently graduated. So when I saw the first couple coming up, I thought, boy, this is going to be really nice. And then they just kept on coming up, and it was just overwhelming to see all those students come up to stage and to want to come back and sing and be a part of the last concert. It was quite amazing.
What are your future plans after you retire and stuff?
Well, my immediate future plans are we do have a trip to Europe that we've been planning, but for the last 35 years or so, I have also been a church organist and choir director. And the church that I'm at now, which is close to where I live, we're talking about adding on to some of my responsibilities. So I will be doing more at the church, more choirs, and adding other musical events at the church. And I plan to get back into private teaching. I used to teach private voice and piano and organ. And the last 10 years, I guess, I've gotten away from it just because of the time commitment at school and at church. So that's another avenue I'd like to pursue.
So you're not really going to give up music now that you're done at the high school?
No, I'm not going to give it up. I hopefully will be able to practice more too, which I don't get a lot of time to do. So that's going to be something I can do now with a little more free time.
Well, I know that a lot of students, seniors, and alumni and underclassmen have all appreciated your work and stuff that you've done here. Is there anything you'd like to say to them or to everybody after?
It's just been great to see the kids grow musically, see them mature, see them move on to whatever aspect of life they decide. Of course, it's special when they go into music, but I know some kids, just find their own niche in choir, and that has been special to see them keep singing, to go on into music or to go into other choirs, to continue music through their life, and that it has meant so much to them through their high school years. So that has been really, really the best part, I think, one of the best parts of teaching, to see these kids go on and carry on with their life as young adults.
All right, well, Mr. Tonkin, it's been nice.
Thank you, Ben.
I hope you have a fun retirement.
I hope so. I'm
nice
sure
vacation.
I will.
All right,
And thank you.
Back to you guys.